Are we ready for this video?
Yeah, I got it loaded up here and we can start. So let's give some background to this fight.
Background. I've always wanted to see Keenan versus Meregali because they're both tall, handsome, blonde-haired, lanky guard players.
Yeah. We had the same submission rate for a long time. But
You're
I think
basically the same person, except you're the nice one and Meregali's the evil one.
Yeah. And he's a little thicker than me, but I'm catching up. But anyways, this match was really interesting because this has been like, ever since Meregali showed up on the scene, everyone wanted to see this match because
yeah, me too.
He's got like a really aggressive, forward pushing dynamic style, and mine is like kind of like counter grappling. If I get to my position, you're screwed, but like in the meantime, I'm just like tricky. You know, at least against like really high level guys. Can usually dominate them.
So when this match was coming out, you guys were walking out here and shaking hands. I was on the other side, and I looked back at the guys that I was sitting with, and I said, watch. Meregali's going to blitz. Keenan's going to just absorb for 3 minutes and just take a beating and survive. And then...
Do you have proof that you called this? Because that's literally exactly what happened.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I called it. Because I just remember, I know we talked about this, and that's your strategy against people who blitz you. You just absorb the bullshit for 3 minutes until they get tired or they have to take a breath, and then you strike.
Yeah. So guys, this is a frozen screen. I haven't started playing it yet because we're giving sort of the pre-frame, and we got all day to break this down. But here's the thing. So yeah, I've noticed that when I go to compete in competitions against people who maybe feel like they don't have a good chance against me, they push super hard early. Like they push so hard that it's like I'm overwhelmed a lot of the time. And so I used to try and match that pace, but then found that we just both end up really tired. And then I realized like, wait, there's no way they can keep this up for 10 minutes. And so like around 2017, I started realizing that I can just like rope-a-dope people hardcore. And I just became the master rope-a-doper.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's a rope-a-dope.
No, it works so consistently because people come out really aggressive and they like, it's very hard to pass my guard or score points on me. Like it's
not true.
In the gi. In the gi, it's pretty hard because like I've been working my guard game and I have that very specific lapel guard that I play in competition.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time. Oh. And so what I'm saying is like that my guard style is like really good against people who can overwhelm people with blitz paces because like I absorb that and like flubber. And then
flubber?
You know what flubber is, right? It's a very rare material that is scientifically the most bouncy material in the world.
Yeah.
And so I incorporated that into this match, although I didn't expect him to do that to me because most really, really tough, like super good guys have a little bit more respect for like, for my game.
Meregali has no respect.
He has no respect for anything. Like he just goes out to just wreck you.
Before we start this, did he talk to you during the match at all? Because that's kind of that's his thing.
Yeah, he did, but it was kind of interesting the way he did it. And so there's a point in this match where he realizes that his guard passing isn't really working and he's kind of wasting energy. And that's when he said it to me. He said like,
"Come on, let's fight.
Let's fight. Let's go." like let's fight.
Let's go, Keenan.
But it was like it wasn't rude. It was like in the tone like, let's make this a good fight for the people. And I was just like, how about I just try and win?
Yeah. Not here to put on a show, bro.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to do that this
time.
To
win.
I'm here to beat you right now.
It's your first time rocking the Legion patch?
Yep, that's the Team Legion right here.
Rocking that Legion patch. All right, here we go. Look at he's ready.
He gave me the little shoulder bump. Not a full hug, but a shoulder bump. Okay. So we're going to be pausing a lot as we go through this. Everyone can see this?
Yeah. So I don't think his pants are legal. Look at that.
Who, mine or his?
His.
I feel like they're about the same. Mine are a little lower, actually, yeah. You can get away with a lot in IBJJF for gi sizes. But how nice is my gi, dude? Those judo fly gis are so nice. So let's talk about this. This is the blitz, right?
He pulled guard, you pulled guard, he came up, he got an advantage.
So just so you know, when I break down videos, Josh, I don't just like talk about what's happening. I talk about like the grips.
I know,
so
but I'm explaining it to the listeners who are not watching a video.
All right, I'm going to...
So they did a double guard pull. Meregali came on top and he got the advantage. And now he's trying to... Well, I can't tell you what he's doing.
Is that really what happened? He double guard pulled? I didn't even know.
No, he actually pulled first. You were half a second behind. But watch. Do it.
Double guard pull.
He came up.
That wasn't a half second.
Doesn't matter. He got the advantage.
So all right here. You can see I'm trying to set up my lapel grips.
Yes.
If I try to get to the intermediary lapel positions for you lapel guard encyclopedia buyers and viewers. I was trying to get to the intermediary positions, but he stacked me right away, so I couldn't get the underfoot position because there's a position you do on the lapel where you try and get under the foot. And because he immediately went to a stack, I had to go to this crappy little like under the leg.
It's kind of like the leg drag stack.
Yeah, it's like a leg drag stack position. And I was forced to resort to this like just basic under the leg lapel grip, which is pretty secure, but it's like not worm guard.
You're trying to open his lapel right there? Or
I have his lapel already.
Okay.
I got his lapel instantly.
Okay.
That's a crucial part of my game. I got to get your lapel right away.
Yeah.
If I don't get it right away, I don't feel comfortable. And so he stacked me, and he does a really awesome move that I've never seen anyone else do here, where see that forward pressure with the front knee?
It's almost on your face.
It's like in my eye socket, actually. It's like fully like 3 inches into my eye socket.
Yeah.
That pressure there normally won't result in a guard pass. It's just uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
But look what he does with his left foot. See how he's sneaking this up here,
stepping back.
but he brings it in front of his own thigh. Look at this, in front of his own thigh,
trying to step and
to hook, to fall. So that step is inside his thigh now, and so it's created this hook on my.
Did he fall on purpose?
Yeah, he fell on purpose, and look at this back grip.
Yeah.
He got that deep back grip during the stack.
Yeah.
So that deep back grip pulled me up on top of him as he fell back, and then he has a double control on this leg to extend me away, which he does next as he almost takes my back. So
it's taking the back.
He extends me away with that. So that's the foot that he snuck in.
Oh, yeah.
So now this leg's free to swoop around to go to the outside. And
like, could you hold on to that lapel?
I still have the lapel, but what I'm actually looking for is this leg. If you can control this leg, you have a better chance of defending the back because you can.
Because he has to throw that hook in.
He needs that hook, so that's like priority number one right now. And I abandoned the lapel pretty fast here because it's not serving me anymore. I'm still hanging on, and then I'm like, oh, this is way deeper than I thought. I probably need to let go of that lapel and start initiating Operation
Operation Flee.
Get the hell out of here fast. So my goal here, I'm on the wrong side. So he has seatbelt control with my top arm controlled. I need to get to the opposite side.
So you can do your noodle escape.
The noodle escape, you need to have the controlled arm, the arm that's inside the seatbelt, to be on bottom. So my whole goal is to try and get to the other side here while not letting enough space for him to throw his top hook in here.
Right.
So I'm trying to keep my knees tight to my chest and curl my body up into him until I can roll to the other side. See how I tried to roll?
Yeah.
He stopped it. If I got to the other side, I'm out. He stopped it once.
Yeah.
So I have to bail back to defensive posture. He still has a seatbelt.
God, you went from like 0 to a shit position in 40 seconds.
Oh, yeah. That's bad. But I mean, he surprised me. He surprised me with the technique I've never seen before. I've never seen that move before. If I had seen it, I think I could have prevented it. So that's like a tricky move he does to everyone. He's done this to other people, and I saw it afterwards. But I didn't study tape. I should have studied tape.
Yeah.
And so he's got seatbelts. So you can see he was switching to horse collar grip, and I think that's actually what allowed me to escape. Is he's so comfortable.
I thought he had it,
but I'm really doing a good job of making sure he doesn't get hooks. So one thing that people make the mistake of is they immediately think the choke is more threatening than it is. And
but it's the underarm.
It's only the underarm. Yeah, this grip you don't have to worry about. If they have a cross collar grip, which is good for control, you have no threat of getting choked here.
Right. So Meregali's arm that's going under your armpit has the collar grip, so he cannot choke you with it.
Exactly.
And then the choking hand is on the back of your neck.
Yeah, he's trying to secure the back right now. So it's like you have to quickly identify where the threat is. Is the threat the hooks or is the threat the choke? And I identified the threat as only being hooks, and so I was in full hook defense mode. You can even see me using my... Oh, shoot. Sorry, guys.
Oh, shit.
I already escaped. I ruined it. So...
Okay, right here.
Yeah, right here. Right here, you can see I'm hooking his foot with my foot. I'm really just trying to maintain any control on that leg that I can. Sort of as like a feeler. It's like an antennae. Just to know where that leg is.
Antennae.
It's an antennae.
Antennae.
It's an antennual appendage. Okay. And that's just so I can feel when he throws the hook, so I'm ready to react and block it immediately. So there's no surprise there.
Right.
And still trying to get to the far sides, which I end up doing by going to the opposite way. So I tried to roll over him before, and then I saw the opportunity to roll under him. And he kind of dove for it as I did it.
Right.
Because he needs to beat me there. But now...
That's the Galval back take right there.
Yeah, that's the... like, it's an Otto's back take. Like,
right.
The Hoffa was so good at it as well. And so from here, now my bottom arm is... technically, the seatbelt arm is on bottom.
Right.
So now what happens is all I need to do is get my knees to the mat, like block this hook, which he has in right now. But actually, I don't think I do the technical escape. I kind of roll into him here. So he gets one hook, but I at least have the... So,
yeah,
okay, so I did the backwards, but you know that there's another back escape I do here, and it functions under the same principles as that.
Yeah.
And I just was able to escape. And so here he used a lot of energy, and really, if you look at what I'm doing, I wasn't carrying his weight, I wasn't pushing on him, I was just rolling back and forth. Whereas he's like squeezing, throwing hooks, pulling, using a lot of energy. And so this is still a rope-a-dope, even though it's not like an ideal one.
There's still 1 minute, and there's 3 minutes in the rope-a-dope strategy.
Yeah, so I get back to the lapel, and I'm starting to try and set up my reverse Della worm.
He was so close to your back. He's still gonna try desperately to keep blitzing you. He thinks he's got you. That's the thing. Right here, he's like, I got this guy.
Either that, or he's thinking like, oh shit, that was all my best attacks. You know, and it didn't work out. I don't know if I can do that again, which I think is actually what happened.
Because look, he got you in the same position again.
Okay, but it's not going to work again. Because
is he going to try it again?
He doesn't, because I blocked his foot in a way that
and you got him all tied up with the feet. And
once I started initiating like X and into squid guard, I'm safe.
Yeah.
Like, we're in full squid now. Now it's like, okay, I get to start initiating attacks. But he actually was postured up completely out of it, and
he shoved your foot out of the squid guard.
Yeah, but I still had the grip behind his knee.
He basically passed you right here, except your foot inside the
Well, no, I
lapel.
had his leg in like an X guard position, keeping his knee on my stomach. So like keeping that knee on the stomach, even when someone passes, it's so below your center of gravity that they can't like put their chest to your chest because their knee's on your chest.
Yeah.
And he's turned away. And then I just had the far foot as like a pressing. I mean, he got an advantage for it, but I don't think he should have. And then again, trying to get the squid.
He was completely past your guard, though.
So now, though, he's carrying my weight. Every time he has to posture up like this, with the lapel fully extended, that's a lot of pressure on his upper back. It's pulling on his neck.
Yeah.
It's almost like a snap down effect. And like, you can't do that forever. It's like deadlifting my whole weight.
Right.
So my hamstring curls in. I'm pulling at his knee. The lapel's pulling on his back. This tires people out. Right. And so he's slowing down a little. He's like, shoot, I'm going to
took a glance at the clock.
I need to take a breather. Like, how much time is left? We only have been rolling for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm chilling. He tried to do it again a little bit, but it's like he didn't get that foot in. So yeah, I have the foot control now.
That was a regular leg drag attempt.
Yeah. So this foot was originally in here, which allowed him to take the back. But like,
this
is why Berimbolo doesn't work very well, is because once they get to this position, if you know how to control this foot, and then look how my far knee, my heels to my butt.
Yep.
If you can keep your foot connected to your butt and in front of their hips and stomach, it's very difficult to go straight through to the
You've done this to me before.
Yeah. So you just can chill here. And again, it's like I'm not winning, but it's like I'm not getting past. And I'm defending these positions properly, or in at least the best way I know how. And so my foot was even in the lapel there to stop it getting leg dragged even more. He tries to reinvert to go to the other side. Oh, this is where my whole butt is shown to the world.
Ass.
Dude, someone block this, man.
Here it comes. America's ass coming out. No, what are you doing?
I'm trying to censor it with a...
Sure, no, let the world see it. It's America's ass. Your butt's only like 25% out. Just the one cheek.
So at this point, if you look what he's doing, he's moving a lot, but he's not really doing any real passes.
No, because you got him all tied up.
So he's not like initiating a real pass, and you have to do a real pass if you want to pass someone's guard. You can't just move.
That's sound advice.
Right?
That is sound advice.
Like,
thrashing will not get you a guard pass.
Thrashing won't get you anywhere. You need to secure your grips. Like, what are these grips? He has 2 grips on my one leg. Like, no guard pass exists from there. Like, what were you doing? You can't do that. Right?
Okay.
And now, if we continue, same thing. He's just pressuring. He's like, oh, leg drag.
He really wants that leg drag,
like, that's his thing, dude. His leg drag, that's his thing from top. Like, that's all he does, it seems like.
Got the lapel.
And I think it works really well at super heavy because, like, taller, big guys, they don't have the flexibility that I have. So I think this would just destroy a bigger dude.
Like, he did it again with that foot on the inside of that leg.
Yeah, I got it on the inside, but I had the lapel secured, so he can't get around to the back, right? And I'm still just trying to get underneath, trying to look for reverse Della worm, and
your butt cheek still hanging out. Oh, shoot. Here we go.
Look at that. Like, gluteus maximus definition.
Like gluteus minimus.
I hope we don't get demonetized for nudity.
No. I appreciate your attempt to fix your pants mid-match.
Yeah, I care about my decency more than I care about world. I don't care about worlds, dude. Who cares? Got to save my dignity. What I have left. So this is a crucial part of the match. Let's rewind.
Yeah.
So
what kind of guard you got set up there?
I have reverse Della worm guard here, but it's not fully locked in. It'll be very threatening once I get the deep Della Hiva, but I just have the grip under the leg. He's still postured, but this grip is a lot harder to posture out of.
Yeah.
So what's happening now is he's tied up. Like, if he can't break this grip, he's stuck, and he knows he's in trouble. So he's trying to posture up again, but he's tired from all the other posturing, all the other erratic movements.
He's been posturing for 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, 3.5 minutes of nonstop movement, lifting my weight over and over again and jumping side to side, right?
It's like doing deadlifts and sprawls.
Well, it's efficiently all I'm doing is like pushing with my legs. I'm not really engaging my core
So he's
much.
doing deadlifts and you're doing leg press.
Exactly. Like he's using his full body, I'm using my limbs to recover, right?
I did both those exercises today.
That's a good combo, dude.
Yeah.
I like to do deadlifts and squats all in the same thing. So what happens here is he thinks like, shoot, I'm not really doing a good job of passing, but he's convinced he can sweep me back, and he has an advantage. He has four advantages.
He's gonna sweep you back. He's on top.
I know, but he sits guard.
When he accepts it, okay.
So he's like, because honestly, if you watch my matches, once I get reverse Della worm guard, if you continue trying to pass into me,
yeah,
it's trouble. Like that's where the position's very strong.
I've been there. Been there, done that.
Dude, you guys joking about the mics? We're so loud. They better be joking.
It's hard to say anymore whether people are.
They're just trolling. Yeah,
they're being
I feel
trolls
like they're
or
trolling
not.
us.
Game on.
All right, so
I'll just start screaming into my mic to make you all happy.
that's so loud in my ears. Yeah, these people are they're trolling us.
Mics are okay, but he spelled mics M-I-K-E-S. The mics are okay.
Yeah, everyone says it's fine. We were just getting trolled.
Okay.
I hate that about live
Fucking
chat.
trolls.
So anyways, he sits back, and that's technically the right move, but the problem is like you're giving up 2 points. So it's like instead of risking the back take, which is so powerful from the reverse Della worm, you're like, okay, I'll take the 2 points against me to avoid the dangers of the back take arm bar, which is like super high percentage submission and back take rate. It's just like really strong.
Yeah.
And so he knows that. And he sits back. He's like, okay, I'm up 4 advantages. I can sweep back at the end of the match or whenever I want, and I'll be ahead, right? Because right now I'm losing. But the problem is I know what to do to not get swept back.
Which is put your face in his balls.
It's actually a secret lapel grip.
Face to balls.
That comes later.
There's a great... Yeah, I know. That's how you finish the last 3 minutes of the match.
Yeah. So on top here, the one thing I do know about Meregali, because I watched his match with Keenan, like about his technique at least. Look at him; he's gulping. That's what I call that's called goldfishing.
Goldfishing.
It's called goldfishing.
You're gasping for air.
He's thinking about what he's done. You know, he's like, shit, I used a lot of energy, man. You can't unless you're on,
and now he's down by 2.
so unless you're on like some crazy performance enhancing drugs, which I don't think Nicholas Meregali is. Cardio is cardio. You can't maintain a sprint forever, you know? And so he maintained a sprint for 4 minutes, which is impressive. That's like running a mile.
That's a lot, yeah.
It's like running a mile in 4
lot.
minutes. He literally sprinted for 4 minutes, which is an insane amount of cardio already.
Did you guys do slap and bump or no?
I think we slapped and bumped.
Okay.
So he goes collar sleeve, and I know
that's his jam.
About Meregali, he wants to go collar sleeve with a deep De La Hiva on the left side.
Right.
He extends and keeps that far hook, and if he gets the deep De La Hiva, it's a problem. So if you look, I keep my right hand under his leg at all times, and it leaves me open to triangles, but right. I know I can defend the triangle over the deep De La Hiva. So like trying to avoid that deep De La Hiva is the crucial part of this match, because if I give it back to him, he's going to be able to pull some.
And you're trying to keep your elbow on the inside of his thigh.
Yeah, so the elbow on the inside of his thigh with the left hand is just to avoid the triangle.
The triangle, yeah.
So I know he's going to be shooting triangle omoplata. I need to avoid the omoplata on that arm by tucking the elbow, and then also it allows me to connect my hands quickly here if the triangle closes.
Right.
But this is the tricky part. I worked his lapel out of his gi again here. And I get put in the triangle, but it's like triangle defense, Keenan line, it's good, right? I know what I'm doing. I lose the lapel, but I'm looking for it back again, all while trying to avoid
Look at you, double
deep De La
pant
Hiva.
grip. Oh, cross pant grip.
So I go cross pants grip, same function.
That's the jam.
Cross pants grip to avoid the De La Hiva hook with the left leg.
What you guys don't know is the cross pant grip is fucking clutch.
This position's super strong, and if you notice, I made a modification to this. Most people don't do this, putting the knee in front of the hand.
Stapled it.
This staples his leg down, and then your own hand and gi locks your knee in place, so your knee can't slide off, and that in turn keeps his leg extended at all times. So this is a cross grip passing system that I started using like 2 years ago, and people are catching on now that it's really powerful, putting the knee on the inside like this, and then the left hand goes to the collar, and it just takes them out of any guard attacking position you can really do.
It shuts down at least 3 different guards, right? Shuts down spider
guard.
what
guard does he have against
Shuts
me?
down lasso.
It doesn't let him play guard against
You
me.
can just play half guard, huh?
But not even, because my shin's over his knee. And he has to break that collar grip. Like they have to focus 100% on breaking the collar grip, or it's like very threatening.
Yeah.
Because the top leg essentially does nothing except push with the shin, right?
Because then you can just long step, right?
Yeah. I mean, he still did a very good job, but as long as I keep circling and pressuring, I'm safe. And I'm threatening my own passes, right? And he kind of changes tones here, and he starts to get to the left side, and I lose the cross pants grip, and he wants to get that deep De La Riva. That right there was a battle for the deep De La Riva. Watch this motion, this elevation. He goes shin to elevate. But instead of putting my knee to the mat, I let the shin to shin carry me up and then back down instead of like continuing to put forward pressure.
Yeah, you stepped your foot back on the inside.
Yeah, so I kept my knee up and kind of rode the shin to shin out, because if I let it extend fully, then that's trouble for triangle, it's trouble for omoplata, and it's trouble for deep De La Riva.
Why did they stop?
So the TV went out here. So there's like 5 minutes of the TV going out.
Yeah.
So we got to jump ahead to when we get back into it.
Which kind of sucks, right? Because he blew his wad and then he got to like recharge.
So a lot of people said that, but I'm tired too.
Were you tired?
I'm tired too, yeah.
How tired were you?
I was pretty tired. Like I'm not as tired as him at this point, I don't think. And he's just going on pure will. Like he's got so much heart to just keep fighting regardless. And I'm kind of just like, okay, I'm up 2. My win condition is to stay on top. At this point, that's where I realized this. So that during the 5-minute break, I realized like, okay, how do I win this match? I don't feel confident to pass his guard right now. So my win condition is to stay on top. So what am I going to do to stay on top? And I know the deep De La Riva is an issue. So I'm trying to isolate the deep De La Riva hook so he can't get it and then not get swept at the same time.
Someone said his coach unplugged the TV. Mario H was like, oh shit. He runs over there and kicks the computer.
All right. The flow grappling web player is not the greatest.
Mario H is like a dirty coach, man. He's like a shit talking coach.
So look, when the match ended, I had this grip on the lapel.
Uh-huh.
Now this grip is clutch because it doesn't let him swim his leg back in front of my leg or in front of my arm. So he has to try and bring this leg up and over my back in front of my shoulder, but I just tuck my shoulder in every single time.
Right.
And maintain that grip. And he can't put a deep De La Riva hook there because my arm's blocking the deep De La Riva.
It's nice because you have like the double under, but you're not so deep that you're facing the balls.
Exactly. And it still leaves you opportunities to pass in other ways. Look, I go palm up. So when I bring it in front of his thigh, I'll be able to staple that thigh to his chest.
Right.
And you start driving it in.
It's like when you do the squid guard and you come up on top and you have that.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why I came up with this position is people started avoiding squid guard by sitting back, and I started coming up into them with that grip, and I realized it was very strong. So again, we're open to the triangle, but I'm comfortable to ride this.
But you were aware of the triangle threat.
Yeah. If you know the triangle's coming and you know that's the only submission they're going to throw on you, it's very easy to attain a body posture that allows you out.
They can't get it quite deep enough.
Yeah. And so again, I'm just trying to focus on getting this grip back. Palm up, bring it in front of the leg, over and over.
Yeah, staple that leg back down.
Yep.
I like it.
Trying to keep that close to his chest. And it's like, this is a highly efficient movement. And that's why I love lapels so much, is like he's carrying his own weight right now. All I'm doing is holding grip strength on the lapel. But that lapel is pulled tight around his back. Every time he pushes, the lapel stretches and pulls on his own back. So he's essentially holding himself there, even though he can't do anything about it. So every time he extends his legs and pushes, I feel it on my grip, but he feels it on his whole body. He's doing like a leg press against the whole lapel. And you have a tremendous amount of, it's like the friction of his lapel is crazy on his own leg. He manages to break it though. But I can just keep proper knee up posture. I'm just in like combat based position, trying to block.
Grip? Was your grip smoked?
Not so bad in this one.
No.
Yeah, because for training, at Autos, a lot of the training that we used to do is like sporadic. It's like 3-minute rounds. You do 2 3-minute rounds, rest for 3 minutes, or it's like minute goes. It's like a lot of explosive stuff. But the training I did for Worlds, it was just all 10-minute rounds, like just 10-minute rounds every single time. All I was doing was lapel guard, getting ready for it. So it's like my grips are good. But in the past, my grips would burn out because we weren't doing like full 10-minute rounds.
Oh, look at Louisa in the background. Louisa's
a sweet lady.
Louisa is the most wonderful female competitor in the world.
She's always been really nice to me, even when I was a purple belt.
She's just a really nice human and a really savage competitor.
All right, so here comes loop chokes.
Yes.
Loop chokes.
So wait, so you're double unders now. You're all in double unders?
Oh, yeah, I worked myself in there. Now I'm just like, you know what?
Sniffing on those balls?
Well, I noticed, and people are telling me at the time, Dan Lukehart was coaching me. actually. And he was telling me, like, you have 3 minutes left. Like, you can do this. Like, you just have to stay on top. And I'm like, shoot.
So he got that belt grip. That's super annoying when it's
Oh yeah, this one's rough, and he actually messes up. Like, there's a moment in here where he's trying to loses it.
He clears the head to the side. Yeah,
he's trying to clear the head to the side, but it's okay as long as I don't have a super deep double under. If I go full double under, trying to connect my hands, this position will kill you because there's not enough shoulder, right, and in the way. But because I'm only grabbing the ends of the lapels on each side, he's not going to be able to get the leverage to really get my head down between his legs like he wants. But if I was lower and deeper, exactly, it's much more effective.
So last year at Worlds.
So this is actually Andres's position. This is the Gravedigger position.
Last year, Yago de Souza almost took my back in this exact same position. I was super deep.
You were trying to go super deep.
Yeah, I was super deep.
So it's really effective against super deep double unders, but this sort of shallow position, which is called the Gravedigger position by Andres Bernovskis, is really effective, and you can still get the same stacking power, but it saves you from a lot of double under threats. So they made me put my head really low, but I didn't want my head to be there. They literally like push my head down under his butt. And I'm like, really? We're starting here? And I just try and pop it out real fast. So that slack in those lapels, it kind of just lets me hold his legs without engaging my arm muscles. Right. Like, I'm just kind of holding. So this is the deepest he gets, but he messes up by putting his leg on the inside. By putting his legs on the inside, it takes away a ton of his pressure to actually shove my head down. And he kind of loses the position because he tries to get the legs on the inside. And that takes away a lot of your power to like scoot out. And
it's so easy to kick your leg out.
I just keep my legs in and it's
donkey kick out.
You just adjust.
You're like kind of.
That's why jiu-jitsu is so crazy. You have to be so aware of like all the different things that can happen from each position. You know, it's all about like limiting options so you know what to expect. So like I always try and get to positions where it's like I know they can only do a couple things.
Oh, and here we go.
Believe it or not, this is one of his 4 attacks. It's from top, it's that back take leg drag thing. Obviously, he does other passes, but that's his main threat. From bottom, it's deep de la Riva, triangle and plata, and then loop chokes from top and bottom. Now,
look at the referees in the back. They're all eyeballing the match.
Yeah, this guy right here.
Rico Bastos is like watching.
Ooh, what's going on? Even there. Some of the competitors even. Is that Rodolfo's sister?
Yeah.
So my thought process here is I know he goes for loop chokes, but I used to train with this guy. His name was Gary, and it was at BJ Penn's Academy. And he used to loop choke me every day for 3 years straight. And over time, I had a pretty good escape for it. And the escape is simply to turn the second it's on.
Just go with
Before it feels tight. The second you feel the loop choke coming on, you spin through faster than they can follow you because the loop choke's not tight yet. So the second you feel the threat and you know they're going to take it, you just roll through.
And you knew Meregali was going to try to throw that.
Exactly.
So it's like one of his favorite
submissions. So like while I'm here in these positions, it's like, well, I'm not going to get triangled anymore. So what submission option does he have? Loop choke. It's the only option. So if you're limiting his options correctly and you know what to expect, it helps you predict.
Yeah.
Which is essentially how chess works too, which is why people say chess is like jiu-jitsu, because you find a position on the board where you're familiar with it and it's like, you know, they have limited options. So you don't have to think about 1,000 moves. You have to think about like 4 or 5.
Right.
Potential best moves. Right here, his best potential move is loop choke. The second I feel it come over my back of my head, the threat is not like he won't finish me right here. It's going to take him another 10 seconds if I stay in this position.
Right.
But because I feel it right there, I just spin immediately. And even if he spins all the way through with me, he loses so much of the control. So he gets advantage, and it's like, okay, I have the rhythm now. It's like I'm double undering with the Gravedigger position.
Did you think about pulling?
He throws it right back on again.
Did you think about pulling when you both stood up?
I did, but I didn't want to risk it. I was like, I don't know what kind of guy he is. I don't know if he's going to shoot. I don't know if he's going to foot sweep. Like I gave him a lot of credit there to like, he could win the fight right there. So I was like, you know what? I'd rather stay on the feet with him.
Yeah. That's how Lucas lost to Mateus.
Oh yeah. That's a risky thing. Cause like if you pull in the wrong way, you're going to lose.
And then Mateus tapped his knee and he got that 2 points in the last minute.
So then he immediately loop chokes again. I don't know if we already saw the second loop choke here.
This is the second one.
Did he already do it?
Yes.
Okay, so he loop choked again. He just threw it on right again, and it's just a red light, green light philosophy at that point. Like once you feel it, it's green light, you spin.
Yeah.
You know, you don't wait for anything.
Spin or die.
Yep, you have to spin through, but it takes some confidence because you're giving up position for a second.
Right.
So right here, I'm getting a little more comfortable on top because I can feel he's so tired. Like I could feel at this point in the fight he didn't have much left to like really.
Isn't that the best feeling ever?
Yeah.
And it's the best feeling ever in a match when you feel the other guy run out of gas.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best.
I was tired too, But it's like I was cardio tired. My muscles were still fresh.
Yeah.
Like I hadn't had to use them to like exert much energy because I was just rope-a-doping this whole fight. Like his pace was just so much better, so much higher than mine.
You were breathing hard, but you weren't having muscle failure.
Yeah, like he's burning at this point. Like, you know, his legs are burning, his arms are burning. Like that's hard to maintain.
His soul.
Like it's like honestly, it's a testament to what an incredible athlete Nicholas is. Because he has such great technique and he's got an incredible pace.
He definitely went hard as fuck this entire match. He never slowed down.
Oh, this was a razor thin match. Like it was so razor thin. Like, but I like it because it wasn't a ref decision. Like that's so nice that it was a ref decision. Ref decision, I lose 100%. Right?
Oh, for sure.
So,
dude, he has 8 fucking advantages.
Yeah. Well, even if I had 8 advantages, I'm still probably losing the ref decision. But so what I'm saying is I opened up a little to like get to other positions because it's like I can just float off the rest of this. I was like, I felt I could just float off the rest of this match and I didn't want to get stalling calls. So it's like now it's a calculated risk. It's like, do I stay double under, risk stalling calls, which I already have one.
Why do you have a penalty?
Stalling.
Where did that come from? When?
I didn't see it win, but it just happened at some point.
Oh.
But I knew I had a penalty. Okay. So it's like I can get 2 more.
Yeah.
If I get one more, it's just another penalty. The third penalty, he gets 2 points and I lose.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, if I stay double under, I could get it. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to open up and get to like another position. He goes for a really strong butterfly, but like I said, I just tried to float it off with a deep underhook there. Blocked the judo with my J-Flow judo background. And then right here, I know I can pull because I see the opportunity and he double pulls and then I think I actually try and come back on top. It would be smart for me to come up on top here. I mean, I guess it wouldn't make a difference at this point.
Wait, technically, are you guys in the double guard pull right now?
Yeah, this is double guard pull still.
Is there a 30-second warning? Is he looking at the watch? No.
It's only if you're inactive, and he's being active. So at this point, it would probably be in his best favor from a strategy standpoint to try and stall versus me.
So they gave it to him.
They gave him the advantage. Yeah.
For coming up.
But at this point, I'm in like a...
Yeah, you got it.
I have,
Good calf slice.
Yeah, I'm in like sort of that
this
backwards
is knee bar guard, bro.
Yeah, knee bar guard. I try and look for the calf slice.
It's almost knee bar guard.
And he tries to go for a toe hold, but it's kind of just a desperation toe hold. Like I would let my foot break here.
Yeah, no one ever tapped to a toe hold at Worlds in the last 10 seconds.
10 seconds, like you just let your foot crack.
No one's going to do that. No one's going to tap to that.
Your foot will be okay in like 6 months. So you have to be kind of prepared. So that like, even I explained my thought process really well, but in the situation, it's more of like blink instinct. Like you're just sort of reacting off of like what you see on the board. And like, I'm not really thinking these things, but I thought about them during the 5-minute break, which was crucial for me.
Bro, I love getting a 5-minute break.
That 5-minute break helped me kind of strategize. And it kind of made me think like, okay, what are his options? What can he do? He can, loop choke. He can triangle. He can omoplata.
I had a 5-minute break against my match with Mateus at Nogi Worlds, and that 5-minute break saved my butt.
Really,
I was gassed. My forearms were pumped, and I got a 5-minute break while they were patching me up because I was all bloody.
Yeah,